Have you ever done a climb that was so hard that you swore you would never do again?
Today we're meeting up with the guys. We're gonna do an old route. We're gonna climb up to Pamutan the hard way. Yesterday, Christoph, we went to 21 kilometers. Coffee. The cafe up. So this part's newly paved also. Sorry, boss. Do you know how steep, Vim? Average?
Average
15 up?
10,
Start.
but for 4.5 kilometers.
I mean, probably not 15%. Average for 4. You think?
That would be crazy.
7 or 8%.
But then you have
but
some very
4.5.
steep
But there's a lot of very steep parts.
In Strava, this segment is called Guadalupe to Buhisan Climb, but it's actually not Buhisan. That's the person who named the segment is wrong. It's called Pamutan. It's Guadalupe to Pamutan. And if you've done some cycling here in Cebu, you already know that that's a really, really difficult route. It's 4.81 kilometers and a very deceiving 8% average gradient. It's deceiving because if you look at the segment, there are some short downhills there that you'd think would be a good place to rest when climbing up that thing, but it does not feel like you get any rest when you climb up that route. The first section is super steep with gradients well over 20%, and if you believe Strava, even 30%. Then there's a chill section where it doesn't reach 20%, so probably about 10 to 15% before you finally reach this slight downhill. And then that's when it gets super steep, like really steep. And then to top it all off, that last section that gets really steep, it's also off-road. This is a hard climb to do.
This bridge used to not be here. Like immediately to the bigger cogs. So if you want to go your own pace, feel free. It's funny when the gradient is in the 10% range that you feel like you finally get a rest. Here's the too fast guys. Hey, why'd you stop?
Well, I didn't know it continues.
We're not at the end.
Because I went a little downhill and I was like, yeah, this must be the end
No.
of the climb.
We're still climbing.
You're up.
Well, you just fueled his next 2 months of training. I think we're almost at the top. This climb lives rent-free in my mind.
So when I did this climb the first time, it was in 2019 and I didn't have a cycling crew yet, so I was mostly cycling by myself. But I already had the Surly Midnight Special. Although I was not as fit as I am today in 2019, but I still managed to push my way through that climb, and I managed to do it without stopping back then. I remember it being super tough. It was so hard that when I finally reached the top, I found a chair and I just sat there. And I remember just staring at the road because I was so exhausted and contemplating why I did that to myself. Why did I push that hard? Why did I even go through that climb? Why was I even cycling? It was so hard. And I believe I sat there for like 10 minutes just staring at the road. And sure enough, if you look at my Strava and the description on that particular activity, it says, not doing that again anytime soon. That was hard. Also, if you look at that segment and you look at my history, I've only done that climb 3 times. So I've been biking a couple of years now and I've been all over Cebu, but I've only done that specific climb 3 times. And
we're finally at the top. That goes near na babag. Yeah. Now the downhill.
so I've gotten a lot stronger now, but wow, that segment still haunts me. I still think about it, and I still, for some reason, try to avoid that segment whenever possible. So, are there climbs that live rent free in your brain, or a route that you did when you were still new and that you haven't gone back very often or haven't gone back at all? And if you did go back, how did it feel? Did it make you a better cyclist? Because there's something about doing hard things or going through the struggle of certain bike ride. That's kind of the reason why I like the bike also. There's that struggle aspect if you want it. And there's something about doing difficult things that I feel like is in the end character building. And if you want to hear more from me, I publish a weekly newsletter called Villain, and it's basically stuff that inspired me that week or stuff that I've been thinking about. And if you don't want to receive any more emails, you can unsubscribe at any time. Here's a link. All right. Till the next ride. Ciao.